big thing for me is that it shouldn't be too dissimilar to your push technique. All you're going to do is lift the ball. So the kind of common misconception or common thing you see is a lot of power trying to come from your hands or your arms. And I think that Greg's going to do flicking later, and I think there'll be similar concepts there, right? That a lot of the power is actually going to come from the transfer of weight and from your legs, right? So if I was going to push the ball, you know, I've got good balance, so my feet, you know, good distance apart. I'm pushing the ball somewhat in line with my left foot. Pretty much the same thing when I'm going to flick an overhead, right? So I want the ball to be maybe just out in front of my left foot. I'm in good body position, which means that, you know, my feet are good distance apart. You're going to look to transfer your weight from your right foot kind of through your left foot and ultimately kind of through the ball. Okay, so there is a piece where you want to set your hands up reasonably low. You don't want to be, no need to be in this position here, now you're just losing your vision, but you want to set your hands up reasonably low in this position here, and it's a transfer of the weight kind of through your right side or your right foot, through to your left foot or your left side and through the ball. Kind of makes sense? Do you girls trust me? Some nods, yep.
Some nods.
Yep, so again, I'm in my type of push position, right? And I'm just going to transfer my weight through the ball. Yep. There is a piece, so I kind of tend to, I'm a bit of a cricketer, talk about timing, right? So if you just try to muscle it and just try and flick it as hard as you can, I don't think you're likely to flick it as far. So I think there's a timing piece around trying to just flick it like comfortably without trying to muscle it. So, you know, the cricketers that are just trying to muscle it and they mistime the ball. So when you do that, what it often looks like is that you go under the ball. Yep, and then you just misflick it completely. So you want to flick the ball hard and far, yes, but there's that timing piece, so don't over flick the ball. Yep, so key things for me, good body position, you're in like a push type position, the ball's a little bit further out in front of you, and you're just looking to transfer your weight from your right foot through your left side of the body and ultimately through the ball.
So they should the ball, if you aim, have the ball like on your stick until kind of there, like sort of like, does that allow you to throw it?
Yeah, I think so. Like you do want it to kind of, if I did it like this,
Stay on the stick for a wee while.
roll up your stick a little bit, but that's, I think, kind of getting to somewhat advanced. I think that, if you're looking to kind of throw the ball over a big distance, then yes, you do want to be able to, you know, hold here, the ball's on your stick and it almost goes, I think you can watch the super slow-mo on cricket, you can see it just go up and back a little bit.
Any other tips from Greg? Or?
No, well, the biggest thing we see, particularly with girls, is they all want to use their arms. Okay, so the strength, as Dean said, comes from the bottom half. All right, so the arms just control the ball. That's not where the power comes from. The power comes from the movement through your bottom half.
Yeah, so it's bending that back leg
Yeah.
to get that transfer.
And I mean, I guess the other reason why the arms come in is because you think you've got to scoop it. Okay, and Dino showed there that it's actually just an extension of the push. Okay, and I'm sure you saw the black sticks. The black sticks defended like this now, don't they? The strikers are doing this. So where can the ball go now? It can go on the floor. So if it is just a push, you might be going like this for an aerial, and then you might be able to throw it on the floor as well. Okay, so you have that ability to have some deception on your aerial.
Just game sense-wise, I think really focus on also throwing the ball in these types of areas, so those overheads with a bit of angle on them. So every time you throw a ball straight up and down the pitch, it's a lot easier for a defender to intercept. Yep, so if I'm starting to throw the ball, say to a right mid or a right half, say overlapping, and I'm throwing it, say towards the goal, you guys trust me, Cameron? So that type of ball to someone, say, running onto is a lot harder to defend. As soon as I throw it straight up and down the pitch, it's just a defender running with their attacker. Thank you very much. Free hit, you're inside the 5. So the ability to throw those diagonal type of balls, I think it's a lot harder to defend. Yes, there's times you need to throw it straight, maybe it's out of pressure or you've created that space, all good, but these types of angles, a lot harder to defend and a lot easier for players to be able to receive it going forward, right? Which is what we're after. We want to keep going forward.
Yeah, and that, I'll tell you from the Black Sticks woman, that drives us nuts, the receiving of aerials. As an attacking player, Dino's throwing the ball, going on 30 metres away, and he throws it. Most girls want to trap it here. They come this way. You know, Dino's talked about running that way. So if he's throwing an aerial that way, as strikers and inside forwards, take off. Run the same direction as the ball's going. Okay, you coming back to the ball, there's not much that's going to happen here. So you go, okay, well the defender might have it. Yep, but if a defender's standing here, receiving an aerial, and you're over there running forward, what's the pressure? A lot of pressure on this person to trap it. But if you're running back here, it's a free hit to the defender. Now that most of the umpires get that right. Okay, but you don't want to run back to the ball. Okay, there's so many strikers we see in the girls' game who keep running the wrong bloody way. Okay, that's where the goal is. The aerial's going to land, and which way is it going to go? It's not going to come back. It's going that way. Okay, so take off and change.
Okay, so